Good morning. So we are going to work on the 2.5. It's graphs of expense and revenue functions. So our essential question for this one is how can you graph expense and revenue functions? And also what do those graphs tell us about the expense, revenue, and also the maximum revenue, and then also our break-even points for the revenue is equal to expense. Okay, so let's look at this first one. So for expense functions, expense functions are going to be linear. Okay, so remember that its expense is equal to the variable cost plus the function, and then we also have expense is equal to the cost to produce times the quantity plus the fixed. Okay. It is linear, so it is equal to y is equal to mx plus b. So it is a linear function, a line. Okay, so it is a line. Remember, everybody, that this is the cost to produce. So the p here means the cost to produce. Okay, and it is going to be a line. Okay, so to graph it on Desmos.com/calculator. So on Desmos.com/calculator, or on paper. So if we just wanted to do a quick sketch of the graph, okay, we would do, so I'm going to move this up. So we need to find the x and y intercepts. So where it intersects the x-axis, intersects the y-axis. Okay. Okay, so just so you know for this, so our fixed cost is our y maximum, and what we're going to do is we're going to go and plug in 0 for y, which is our e value, okay, and solve for x, and that will give us our x maximum. Okay. Okay, so knowing that, let's look at this. So let's do an example. Okay, so I'm going to do with Picasso paints. I like painting, it's fun to do. So we have $7 to manufacture. So it costs $7 to manufacture the paint. And our fixed cost is $28,000. Our demand function is, we have Q is equal to, it's negative 500 times the price plus 30,000. Okay, and this is for Picasso paints. Okay, and we're gonna graph them. Okay, so do notice here, everybody, we do have the negative. Okay, there's in the calculate, we want to use a negative symbol. And this case, everybody, P, remember, is the price, not the cost to produce. Okay, like it was up there, so that was up here, it's cost to produce, and here it's price, so they do mean different things. So let's go ahead and figure this out. Okay. So we're going to have, where we have our expense is equal to the cost produced times the quantity plus 1. Okay, so it costs $7 to manufacture, so that's our cost to produce. So we're going to have 7 times the quantity. Our fixed cost is $28,000. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to substitute in our demand function. Okay, because we're going to graph the expense function in terms of price. So I'm going to go 7. I'm going to substitute in our demand function. So I'm going to take and substitute this into the negative 500 times the price plus 30,000 plus that 28,000. Okay, don't forget that. And then we're going to have to do distributive properties, so we're going to have to multiply. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and multiply it out. So I'm going to multiply 7 times negative 500. So we get negative 3,500 times the price plus 7 times 30,000. So we get 210,000 plus our 28,000. So we just bring that down. Don't forget that. Okay, and now we're going to combine like terms. So we're going to go ahead and combine like terms. So we're going to add these numbers together. Okay, a constant. So we're going to add them up. Okay, so we get expenses equal to negative 3,500 times the price plus 238,000, which I got from adding the 210,000 plus the 28,000. Okay, remember everybody that this is our Y maximum. Okay, so this is our Y max. And now we're going to substitute for our X max. So we're going to go ahead and substitute in. Okay, so we're going to substitute in 0 for E. So I'm going to substitute in 0. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to subtract, okay, the 238,000 from each side. What we do on to one side, we've got to do the other side. So 0 minus 238,000 can give us 238,000. Okay, I just bring this one down, so the negative 3,500, and then this would be 0. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and divide. So remember we were solving for P, so for the price, or X value, so I'm going to go ahead and substitute in. We'll divide by negative 35,000, sorry, 300 and, so 3,500. So we divide that for each side. Okay, we divide it, so negative 238,000 divided by 3,500. We're going to get 68. Okay, so everybody, this is our Y maximum. Okay, and now we can go ahead and sketch a graph of this. It'd help if we actually wrote what we're doing with this one. So this one we're graph the expense function. In terms of price. Okay, so we're graphing it in terms of the price. I'll go ahead and move this down. Now we're ready to sketch our graph, okay, because we have our X and Y intercepts. We're going to go ahead and sketch a graph. Price is on the x-axis, okay, and then the money is going to be on here. Okay, so remember that our expense is, so E is our Y value, okay, and our X value is our price. Okay, so that's going to be the X max. So the 238,000, okay, is our Y maximum, and then our $68 is going to be our X max. Okay. And then we just put our function in. Okay, so that would give us a sketch of our graph. Okay, so we're still working on graphs. So we're also going to add in our revenue function. Okay, so revenue is going to be, so let's keep going. So we're working with graphs. So we're continuing on. Okay. Okay, so our revenue function okay, so